Ganjaliev, coming to us live from Baku. Mr. Ganjaliev, thank you for joining us. First of all, Trump said that the U.S. is being, quote, ripped off while threatening to take control over the canal. Molino fired back, saying that every square meter of the canal belongs to Panama and that his country's independence is not negotiable. Do you see Trump's threat as a move by a businessman trying to get a better deal, or would you say that he would actually try and go through with it?
Yes, you are right. I think that the latest statement of President-elect Mr. Trump sparked very serious diplomatic confrontation between the United States and Panama. At the same time, we have to remind ourselves that what was the main election slogan campaign of the President Trump? It was MAGA slogan, which is Make America Great Again. So he is trying to show himself, to introduce himself as a strong man, as a bold man, playing very active role in the United States, not only in domestic policy, but at the same time in the foreign policy. So we have to remind ourselves, not only President Trump claiming the Panama Canal as belonging to the United States, but recently he has also called to incorporate the United States. And he's also calling, for example, to annex the Greenland of Denmark, which is very big territory. From this point of view, from this perspective, I think that he is trying to introduce himself and show himself as a strong man. And of course, it must be also reconsidered as a bold move before he is taking the Oval Office, the White House. By the way, as a chair of the Canadian-Azerbaijani Interparliamentary Working Group, I am following very closely the relations between Canada and the United States, because the United States, President-elect Trump called the Canada as the 51st state of the United States, and called the Prime Minister Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, as a governor of the United States in Canada. So following these developments is very interesting, and I think that we are going to have amazing tensions and very much fun time ahead of us.
On the Panama Canal, Trump also said he doesn't want it to fall into the wrong hands. Would those be Chinese hands, as Beijing invested heavily in Panama after Panama City recognized Beijing instead of Taipei in 2017? And currently, a Hong Kong-based company controls 2 of Panama's 5 principal zone ports, with 1 on each side of the waterway.
Yes, I think that we have to also take into account the Chinese involvement, the companies from China in the infrastructure projects in Panama Canal, in the Panama City, because the #1 nation using Panama Canal for the shipping purposes, of course, is the United States, #1, followed by China and Japan. So here it seems that the President-elect Trump is not happy with what Chinese companies are doing in Panama Canal. They are heavily investing in the Panama Canal, in the Panama City, which Trump sees as a threat to the United States, as a threat to the US economy. That's why he's saying that the United States shippings and United States using this Panama Canal is very important, but without high price, because the tolls are very high and the United States are not happy about this. But it is very important linkage, transportation and communication linkage, linking the Pacific Ocean with the Atlantic Ocean. And I think that Trump administration will not openly go to the diplomatic war with Panama, but at the same time, I think that the United States will have a little bit soft power, soft kind of control mechanisms to try to make the Panamanian government, the president of Panama, which is very conservative president Jose Modera, to somehow to negotiate with states about the prices of the shipment. Because as we understand, the maritime choke point of Panama Canal is very important for the United States. And today, even Trump posted on his social network the United States flag on the Panama Canal and said that you are welcome to the Panama Canal of the United States, which is an open claim, which is an open call to annex this territory.
Well, the U.S. Handed over the canal to the Panamanians at the end of 1999, according to the treaty signed in 1977. How would any possible attempt to backtrack on that reflect on Washington's international image and other deals they either made or brokered?
Yes, I think attempt to retake control of Panama negatively affect the image of the United States internationally. To the Panama Canal Treaty, which was signed in 1970, the control of the canal was the Panamanian government. But unfortunately, now currently the President-elect Trump has whole decision states, and especially of Jimmy Carter, who handed over the Panama Canal to Panamanian government as a shame. So it seems that he is willing to change and to reconsider the control of the Panamanian Canal in coming weeks and months.
The Panama Canal is one of the arteries of maritime trade, and it accounts for about 2.5% of the world's entire sea trade. What kind of a fallout on world trade would U.S. tensions with Panama bring, especially given that some other major sea trade routes, specifically over the Red Sea, are already disrupted?
I absolutely agree that if any disruptions happen in Panama Canal, it would heavily affect the world trade because, as you have mentioned, the Red Sea Canal, which is a Suez Canal, is not functioning in its full capacity because of the tensions in the Middle East. Also, a few years ago, there was an incident where a big ship just crossed and cut the canal, which was not functional for several weeks. And now, currently, this situation developing between United States and Panama is affecting the world trade. Prices might go high, and of course, we have to follow the situation very closely. What happens, but of course, it will negatively affect the world trade news and world trade routes.
Mr. Ganjaliev, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insights and opinions.